connect. And as we know, this business is all about building relationships and bringing results from that relationship building process that we go through. And it's all about loving other people, right? The bottom line is people want to partner with you when they know that you care, right? People want to partner up with you when they know that it's not just all about me, but it's about we. That's a good thing, right? And so I'm so excited to hear Jacki. I love you. This woman, we're going to talk about it tonight, but she hung up on Tom 4 times. She was dead broke. She'd been in other multi-level marketing companies, successful. She moved outside of her area, 50-mile radius or whatever it was, right? Because that's what they're, you have, if you moved outside, you lose your territory. So she lost it all. But she worked so hard for that company. And they didn't care about her. They were caring about the radius she was in, right? And so now today, 20 years later, thank God Tom didn't quit pursuing her. He was like, man, I called this lady and I thought the dog died or somebody got ran over. She just hung on me, whatever. But somebody kept saying, no, she really needs this. She's expecting your call, And we're going to have her tell the story later. But truly, just be pleasantly persistent in your business. Right? Be pleasantly persistent in your journey, right? Because you never know. It's not where you start, but it's where you finish. It's never what we think it is. Right? And then she has Tara, her daughter, she's like grown up in Market America, right? And so, this business is willable. And so all of the family, daughter, son, grandchildren, great-grandchildren, they get to benefit from what they've created here in MarketAmericanShop.com. And I'm just excited because tonight is a really rare night. We have people flying in all over the world for 12 weeks. Who does that? To make the commitment. Where are you at, Tanya? Stand up. Stand up. 12 weeks. I remember she called me. It's a joke. I was like, okay. She's like, hey, or they made a joke on him, like Shay. He's like, what if I just flew in? I'm like, so, and then really, he's like, no, I'm not kidding. We just booked all of our plane tickets. I'm like, what? That's awesome. Like, and we're all complaining, oh, I gotta drive 30 minutes. I don't know if I can do this. You know what I mean? I'm like, well, I don't know. What is the price tag of success for you? What are you willing to do? And they had to just turn on that decision-making mindset that says, you know what? Nothing's gonna keep me back. Nothing's gonna keep me back. Not even if I'm in Florida. Right, Tanya? And you've had amazing things happen. Right? That's so amazing. Just because she made the decision to show up and go up. Right? It's a mindset. So tonight, we're excited because, we're going to talk about booking, we're going to talk about coaching, and we're going to talk about follow-up. How many of you guys agree that gets a little scary? Don't we love it sometimes when people, we've made an appointment and all of a sudden they cancel? And then we're like, Michelle. But you know what I mean? But it's real, because then we're put on the spot. We're like, oh my gosh, what if I have to actually show up and, show the plan? I remember I thought that. Someone kept going, Brandy, we'd make appointments to go show the plan. I'm like, okay, I am not ready to show this plan. I do not get it, and I'm not going to do it. So I'm going to sit by you, and I'm just going to nod, and I'm be like, it's great. And then he was like, when are you going to get this? I mean, we would have some of the biggest knockdown dragouts because I didn't plan. And I was like, no, I don't know. I don't get it. And I'm like, but when I do, I am going to be dangerous. Just watch. And I remember we were in Florida on a stage, and that was how we did it. I had to fake it till I make it, to be honest, for a little while. Because, here I'm married into, right, this position, but I thought, I'm not going to just hang on coattails. I'm going to figure this out myself. So then here I do. I'm like, okay. That was when we would go travel. I was like, wait, you're going to sing here, and I'm going to sing here, and I'm going to. And the parts I get, I'm like, yes, that's good. Or I did like 2 minutes, a little something. But I remember it was almost a year. I give anybody hope. I didn't get the one on the right, one on the left, BV, IVV, what? I was so, my brain was just lost in the sauce. Right? So I'm talking to people here. Freedom from being a slave to her business, her JOB that was a true, legit business. Now, Lamar, he's a, fishing, guy, guru, like, you're not working, that's not working to fish, but, Kathie, that's always at work. Tom says fishing is work. I don't know, I disagree, I think it's fun. But these guys are truly here tonight to give their 5 minutes of what this business has done. And honestly, guys, it's only been in the last 3.5 years. Everybody you see in this whole room has only been in the last 3.5 years. Because we've been going out, we made a decision. I was like, Tom, you gotta get out of retirement. He's like, what? We're supposed to live on love, we just get married. I'm like, no, I know poor people. I know people living paycheck to paycheck. You met Nick and Quimby. I'm like, I need to help them. That is my passion. I said, people I know work for residual income and they never find it. And I am on a mission. And so these guys were a part of the growing and the phase, and they were so amazing to let us use their beauty studio, and she had no idea, she didn't know what she didn't know either. And just all of us, Micki, Michael, and the little pioneers that we had, Beverly, we'd all go in there every week, sit in that little hair salon. We didn't have any idea that this was going to take off the way that it did. But we had belief. And I watched a man who was retired, who lived off of, 10 years worth of residual income, who when I met him drove a minivan and had 5 kids and lost his wife to cancer, but did not work. Right? And so when that got real for me, hey Steph, that got real for me, and Steph, I remember my cousin Steph, we were working for the home health industry and we'd be driving around there every day. I was like, Steph, we're working for somebody. I've worked for myself for a long time. This is not good. What's good? She's like, well, we gotta find out what Tom does. Like, hey, I was married. I guess I should figure that out. Who does that? But it was truly God. And so, tonight, Kathie and Lamar guy, I just respect you. Tom and I just honestly think the world of both of you and the leadership that you have honestly displayed and deposited into not only just, us, Tom and I, but just to everybody that you come in contact with. And just seeing you, Lamar, man, your passion. I remember he would just show up and just be there. And then all of a sudden, he started seeing radical results. And then he was like, the mic, he's looking at me. Because he wanted to talk about it. And not tonight, it says, we're going to honor him and honor her to do that. Will you guys welcome, please, Lamar and Kathie God.
Like Brandy said, we have come a long way. When we first started, we were out of the salon, and my dear friend Beverly came and asked me if she could do a health thing. And I said, well, okay. I said, what is it? She says, well, it's on some vitamins. And I said, well, okay. I said, I don't really do this. I said, but since you're my friend, I'm going to let you have my salon. So she brought Tom and Brandy and all of them in, and we did a 101 on the isotonics. And I thought, man, that might be a way to make some extra cash here. I wouldn't have to really do anything, but I could just store it there and they could buy that. Well, after I got started on it, I thought, that stuff really makes you feel really good. So, I said, I'll just do just the retail. Little did I know that I had a huge income in my hand that I wasn't even putting to work. Because I said, I'll just do the retail. Well, the retail is good, but the retail isn't where it's all at. And so we started out, I think there was like 12, 13 of us. And this one, he didn't come in until later because he kept saying it's nothing but snake oil. I said, no, it's not. It's not. It's really good. And so I thought I started feeling a lot better with my shoulders and all that and everything. And then finally I told Lamar, I said, you really need to start working with this. And he was on a truck, and the truck driver, they sleep all over. They carry their mattress on twice a week, and he'd be gone. So I started setting him up with taking the vitamins. And then I noticed he'd only take it when he was at home. And I said, you might want to start taking it with you. And so the last time before he started taking it, I said, what's that bag you got in your hand? Because he had his suitcase. He said, what's my vitamins? So he started taking his vitamins. But the one good thing that this has done for me and for my daughter, it gave me back my life. It gave me my daughter's life back.
Yeah.
Because they were going to take her thyroid out. And I told her, I said, just start taking this. I said, it'll really do some good for you. And over a 3-month period, they were able to take her off all the meds and stuff that she was on. And today, she testifies that it was the vitamins that did it. The doctor said no, it wasn't, until that 3rd month, and the doctor says, you know what, I think you got something there. Because they didn't take that out. Is that I didn't really know where I was at until the 6 months after I came in and opened my business. Because at that 6-month time, that's when I went to national conference, and that was in Greensboro. Everybody should make a really try hard to go to conference. Because when I came back from conference, I didn't just sell the vitamins, I opened my business. And from August to December, my bottom line increased $36,000. There's a little bit more to it than just taking the vitamins. And so we went from the beauty shop, then I had the whole shopping strip, and so we ended up down there on the end. Now we're all in here, and I mean, this is huge. And now I'm able to take at least 4 to 5 vacations a year. This last time when we went to conference, I would have never thought to take over a weekend or, 3-4 days. This last time when we went to conference, I took 17 days. So I'm going to turn this over and let Lamar tell you what it's done for you.
Come on, Lamar.
Tom and Brandy's fixing to be sorry. I got my hands on this. Right now, I want to give y'all something to think about. Isotonics has made me old. Wow. Okay. Y'all think about that for a few minutes while I talk about this. Whenever I was on the truck, Kathie finally got me taking vitamins. And then I got to where I took them with me, and I took them every day. And calcium has changed my life. I had acid reflux, and I could lay down and go to sleep. 45 minutes later, I'd be up pulling my toenails up. I had never slept in the last 20 years all night long at one time. And I started on the calcium and the vitamins, and I was on heart medication. I was on several other medications. And I went back to my doctor, told him what was going on, what I was doing. He said, well, take your blood pressure medicine and break it in half. Okay. So I broke it in half. And I was taking a half a pill a day. And I got off one of my medications, which was Coumadin. If anybody knows what Coumadin is, it's rat poison. That's all it is. But it thins your blood. So I got off of that, and then my other pill I broke in half. And I went back about 2 months later, and he said, quit taking it. Today, I checked my blood pressure. And I'm 68 years old, I might say, too. My blood pressure was 126 over 75. Okay, I told you I was getting older. What done it? Isotonics done it. It has kept me going and kept my age going, and I hope I go another 20 years on isotonics.
or what'd you say he called it?
Snake oil.
Snake oil, right? And now he's like, it's keeping me alive. I hope I go another 20 years. So at the end of the day, Andrew, I just know that like we're gonna totally get you transformed on this product. Like when you understand, truly, when you understand the power of what this has done for people. The people that you love that have back pain or that have neck pain or that have pain, all kinds of pain, You're just like, take this, You're not even the salesman anymore. You're truly the servant, and that's what we really are. We're not salesmen, we're servants. We're serving people who have needs and ailments and issues. And so thank you guys for sharing that. That was a power profile, get it? So anyway, we're excited about the whole world seeing that. I mean, really, truly, we're getting calls from all over. I mean, places I don't even know. They're like, we're watching those videos, and it's amazing. We can't see when's the next one going to be released. And Troy, thank you so much for doing what you're doing for us. I think it's like her 17th vacation. She makes sure to put her little points out there. But now, so the next thing we want to do, I mean, this has been really great to learn the different profiles, to learn the product sections that's been happening each week. And so this week we're really excited because the one product division that we have is shop.com, right? And so many people need to learn how to navigate through that. And Michelle, you're a guest, and we have guests in the house tonight. What is shop.com? Shop.com is amazing because it's our own platform, like Amazon. But the greatest part is it's free. Everybody say free. Free. It's free, and you get something for it. You get cash back on everything that you buy, and you're doing it anyway, right? So it's really easy to be a business owner with Market America and Shop.com because it just makes sense. We're doing this anyway, right? So we're going to shop forever anyway. We know people shopping online. So as I can take somebody and say, hey, I know that you're spending all this money shopping online. Tell me how much money you're getting back on the money you're spending. Well, when they say no, you're like, oh my gosh, what if I could show you a way that you can actually transfer your spending to earning? So tonight, we have Micki and Michael Alberts. Are both of you coming together? Is that okay? Awesome. Micki and Michael Alberts, let me go ahead and do. I forget Stacy's not with me. We have a little thing. She does the slide thing and then I do it. I love this picture of them. This is when we went on vacation. We went to the beach, guys. It was nice. We had to go diamond shopping and all that was really fun, right, Micki? So, but anyway, so point being is that these guys are masters. And when we become masters, at learning the shop, shop.com and creating our own annuity with shop.com, it is amazing. We were just with JR and Lauren in Miami this last week, and it was so amazing because he has created this for our success. He has truly created this for you and me to succeed. And he gets so passionate. The man does not need any more money in his world, trust me. And at the end of the day, him and his wife were so passionate, and they looked around and he was crying. He literally sat in a room with like, how many ever, 20 people, and was literally crying and said, the biggest thing that Steve Jobs had to do was to convince his own people. And he goes, that is me. He said, I can't tell you how I am so passionate to convince our family, our world, that why wouldn't they? This is for the everyday average person to succeed. So many people are out there looking for extra additional income, and they're looking from other companies, but there's not one like this. Hello, we're patent. Nobody else has what we have. And that brought a lot of passion to me, because once I started asking the right questions and understanding it more, I realized we have the Gucci of the plans. Everything else is a knockoff. I mean, you know what I mean? Like when you get that and that gets down and you're nowhere, then you're like, what? Nobody's going to talk you out of it. Nobody. And then you're so passionately convinced that you think they're crazy, right? If they don't do it. So at the end of the day, we're excited because Micki and Michael are going to come up here as they've completed the shopping annuity. They've never missed a quarter to complete. They're masters at it. And so our company identifies that as true leadership to truly become shopping annuity masters. So I want you guys to give Micki and Michael Alberts a round of applause for their feature. And I just have to say, her little get up here. Like, this is the strongest woman I think I know on the planet. Honestly, it's sexy, right? So these guys are truly, makes me cry. You just make me cry. But these guys are amazing because you can't give any reason not to succeed. When you look at someone like truly, she has CF, cystic fibrosis, and so she's my hero. I mean, she's going in to get a new set of lungs, and yet her and I are sitting at the doctor. She's like, "Are you going?" I'm like, "Okay." And so I went with her, and I'm sitting out there, and I love this business because we're not in competition with each other. So as we're sitting there at the I'm waiting on her to do her other stuff because I got to watch her do all the breathing and stuff. I'm like, I was just amazed at what you went through, and gives you a great perspective on breath, breathing, and how we take it for granted. And so she was going in for a lung evaluation and for a transplant, and keep them in your prayers because that is not easy. But I love it because here she comes out of the room, and I'm sitting there, and she's like, "Are you with Micki?" And I said, "Yes." And she goes, "Do you do what she does?" And I said, "Yes." And I said, "Are you part of her business? Have you a customer of hers? Do you know about it?" She's like, "Well, yeah, she told me." I said, "Here, let's pull it up. Let's get you registered." I was like helping the lady register for Micki, and I love this because this is really one team, one dream, And it was like, okay, yeah, she'll follow up with you and all this stuff. And so it's just amazing to me because she just never stopped. She's always thinking about how she can better herself and her family and her business, and it really does inspire me because both of these guys are a great example of excellence and teamwork and never give up. And so I'm just really excited that you can take her from both of them tonight because she said, "I was up till 3 o'clock in the morning and I'm probably going to look like it tomorrow night, but I think you look really good, by the way." And my looks are very on Jason Aldini, McKay, we call him Jason Aldini. Anyway, so give it up for these guys.
Thanks, Brandy. So, thank you everyone for coming tonight. I'm excited. I won't tell you that I forgot that this was my day for presentation at 11 o'clock when she reminded me and went, "We'll just go online. No, there's no internet connection." So, I did screenshots, Michael put it together. Good job, baby. So, first off, this is us. Convention last year? Yes, so she's over there. Shopping annuity, as Brandy mentioned, we have hit shopping annuity bonus pool every quarter, even before it was implemented with all of the rules and the standards. So it can be done. You just have to put your mind to it. You have to be disciplined and shop for yourself. You have to help your team, and you have to educate people. And together, you will completely succeed at this because it's not this hard. As we say, this is the anyway business. You're doing it anyways. Just keep track of it. Alright, so shop.com, this is your screen, and what we like to point out is that, this is always revolving. When you log on to your home screen, you're going to see that is always how much money the company has given back to customers. And it's very important for you to point that out if you're sitting down with a new customer, and point that out to them and say, you're not getting this on Amazon. Because most you're going to transition them over to this. Point that out, it's important. A couple other things on the screen right now they have is offering that shop.com black card. That's, go ahead, show that to customers, yourself. You can be earning EV for each purchase that you make on there, points added up. Many people are familiar with cards giving points back. Just tell them they can do the same with this. When you log on, you want to make sure that, you're up here. When you show your customers, can everyone see that, or does that need to be adjusted? It's kind of blurry, or is it just my eyes? I'm pregnant, so I'm sorry. Okay, so you want to show them that their shop consultant is who, you are. Make sure that your name is up there. Next is, for us, this is our cash back that we've earned in probably about 2 years when we finally decided that we needed to take this seriously. If the whole year, we probably would, maybe have doubled by now.
And we choose to leave it there for everybody, so when we show people, that's a good incentive.
Yes.
Instead of burning it up, we just say, someday we'll go on vacation.
Right. This is then, another place. Once you're, giving them a good tutorial of how to use shop.com, say, look, if you got friends that love to shop online, well, go right here, invite your friends, you're going to earn on what they do as well. Here is the list, your drop-down list of all the things. You can go into my list. We're not going to go into full detail on all of these things tonight because it will take too long. But my list is a great tool. eGifts is another great tool to send presents to people that, you don't know what to get them, or you don't want to deal with the hassle, or don't have breath to get out and do the shopping anymore. Gift registry works just like in another store, so to speak. This is a great video to send to your customers. I've done this multiple times and it has really helped me. On YouTube, it's a shop.com by Jen Mathian. It will go through and give them a tutorial. If you don't have the time or they're a distant partner, or a customer, I should say, and send it to them. We have a lot of family and friends back in Minnesota, so it was a great tool to send and say, hey, use this. Watch this video and this should help you be able to navigate our site. So, in searching, a lot of people ask, well, how do I find it? I can't never find anything. It's really not that hard. Type in your search bar, just like you would anywhere else. It's going to come up and it's going to give you all kinds of options. We all like options, right? Yes. So, on that, if you're a owner, then of course it's going to give you your cash back and your IBV. If you're logged in as the customer, it's just going to show the cash back. You want to point that out to them, how much they're going to get for buying that purchase. Show them, some of them you can click and get a little more detailed so you get free shipping. Amazon people, if they're Prime members, they're keyed into that free so-called free shipping that they pay for. As you scroll down on the home screen, there's going to be different things that are going to try to entice you, and no different than any other website. What's key here is, keep pushing my home button, is Shop Buddy. Somewhere on that first home screen is going to be Shop Buddy. You're going to want to teach your customers to download him. They will never miss a deal, a discount, or what they're looking for by having Shop Buddy. There is Shop Buddy Mobile, as well as shop.com mobile on their phone as well. As you scroll down, Michael did a screenshot of this for me, as I had forgotten. When you type in on Google and you forget, or you're having trouble finding a store that might have a cart, so the SiriusXM, if you didn't go to the stores, and I'll show you how to do that.
This is good for people that are stubborn and don't want to go to shop.com, but downloaded it. You can find all kinds of things. I'm always searching for stuff, and you always find crazy stores that you never knew we had.
The key is to watch, if you've downloaded Shop Buddy, that little S is going to come up and going to show you that it's a partner store. So click on that store, you're going to earn your cash back, it'll ask you to log in, and you won't miss a deal, see? Our best-selling products, it's always going to direct them, to our Market America exclusive brand products. Shopping advisor. When I partner with people, that is a mandatory thing to go through right away so that they can understand what we have and how they can already start working towards getting that shopping annuity going to school. You're going to go through the house and learn how to convert things, and you can do this with your customers. That's how you're going to entice them to buy other products, the amazing products that we have. Then, of course, when we refer our customers that we've, given this amazing product to, Well, now they want more details, or now somebody wants information on it. Well, don't worry about giving catalogs out. That I kind of try to save those for real specific reasons, or really good clients. Click right on, you put OPC3 in the search bar, and it's going to give you all the details. On the left-hand side, you can see the labeling and all of that. As they go through, it's going to give you the benefits. You can print all of this stuff off in a so-called brochure, staple it all together. You can email it to them, whatever works for you. But it's going to go through so many details. You would never be able to tell somebody. Just go read it.
You Dr. Ed.
Yeah, you need to be Dr. Ed. So you go through, it has a video you can send somebody, the delivery system explaining all of how all of our isotonics works, all of the ingredients. Some people are very, gotta know exactly what's in it, and I'm coming to learn why. The science behind it, say you have somebody that really a medical profession or just somebody that loves the science, well, you've got it. Reviews. Maybe somebody's had a specific, ailment cured because this product's done it. Well, you scroll through and find it for them, or, as they read it, they might find it themselves. Another detail of, it's kind of new as I was doing this. I saw this yesterday. So you can send in case you forgot, your other websites. We have multiple places that we can send our customers to purchase these products from us. On the bottom there, it has, the site for just sending them specifically to your isotonic site, or just specifically to, that bottom one talks about Black Friday sales. I don't know. So that was kind of interesting to me. But the key I wanted to really point out to this is a lot of people make mistakes on this. So instead of going up to Google at the top of your search bar and copying and pasting and sending that to someone to have them look at a product, you're going to give your customer away, guys. Don't do it. That's going to come up just a generic shop.com. It's not going to have your / or / in your name. So go down there and copy that, paste that. That's how you promote it on Facebook, any social media site, or in an email, a text message, however it is. That's where you need to find that little token to promote your product and your business. I went back to the cash back because this is important. So when you click on that, you're going to see, how much is there, how much is available to you. If you wanted to cash it out, you're going to see, your pending amount. From there, you can see your orders. Obviously, that was Christmas orders. My son is a Seahawks fan. Goes through and tells you all of your shopping trips, and it'll go through and show you the order, all of the details of the order, when you ordered it, where you ordered it from. It shows you your cashback activity. This is also where you can find out what you've been paid on, if you've been paid on those things, or if it's pending. You'll also, as you scroll down on that same screen, you'll be able to see your referred customers. What have they bought? How many times have they shopped through you? Besides, you will always see that on your back office as well, but this gives you a little more detail as to where they shopped and what they did. So when you click on all stores at that top, this is what you're going to get. There's always the promotions of the stores that are most popular and everybody's kind of going to. Click on, scroll down, and you're going to have A to Z listed. I like to tell people, and especially our customers, if you're wanting to know what's going to pay you the most cash back, click on the cash back. If you can see it well enough, it will take and convert from greatest to least of how much cash back they're going to get. Same with IBV for us owners. A new addition to this screen, and it's been there a little while, is the Shop Local.
Yeah.
Yes. So if you click on that, this is what it's going to take you to. You now can look up and see in your area where you're going to get go in a local shop, restaurant, salon, whatever it might be, and be able to earn 1% cash back on what you purchase in a local shop.
This is in the combo area.
Yeah, this right here, because I typed in that it changed, which, I don't know, I guess it says 316, but whatever. There's a luncheon on, right on 105, Conroe Woodlands area, there are some. So check it out, guys. When you're eating out, get points for it. And then make sure you use that shop.com black card. Then we have GoDaddy. And this is a partner store I took on because there was another part of our presentation we were excited to share with you about. And GoDaddy has 5% cash back. It's always going to tell you down here, 5% cash back, 5% IBV. The next thing it's going to show you is the see hot deals and go to store. So click on those. It's going to show you this site. Customers get a little like, what? What's it doing? It's taking you out of your site. Okay, well don't worry. It's just letting you know. It's like going to a mall. That was the website, right? And then you're going to go to a specific store. So now it's going to take you, you're walking through to the mall, down the hall to the store. Don't get excited. You're going to make sure you get what you want. So then it comes up, when you go every site, every store you go on, create you an account. And you're going to do that usually up in here, as Michael has an account. And you're going to find, yay, I can slow down, it's you.
I'm going to go back to here because this is one thing we found extremely important and because we lost customers too. And I really encourage everyone to go to there and get a domain. Instead of your / use the GoDaddy, create a name. You can search it, and as you're searching it, if it does not come up, if somebody's already taken it, it comes up with other options. Like this is our website, the .com one is gone because we purchased it. And that just helps you when you're sending it out in an email form or you're sending it on Facebook. You can write your shopping annuity or whatever it is, and that redirects it to your shop.com. Instead of, because I know I do it, everybody does it at shop.com, and if it doesn't go there, I just follow it from somebody else anyway. So that's what our words of encouragement are, because it's definitely changed ours. We've gotten customers that we probably wouldn't have otherwise.
Well, people don't always pay attention. After that / they've checked out. They're just churchshop.com. So, you may wonder why you gave that out and you haven't seen them. You're looking for them to come up. One other part of that is to say, look, if they're right in front of you, that's the best detail of shop.com mobile, is you just hand them your phone and you go on and let them create an account right there. Then you didn't lose them. But if it's, you're in a hurry, whatever it might be, and if you want to make business cards, put that URL address on there, and I promise you won't lose any more customers.
Because we handed out plenty of business cards that said Michael and Albert's / that didn't work. So as you look a little more professional with a shorter domain name as well, and it's really simple. I mean, I just went on here, as you searched it, you found one, you go right on and it pops up, and you go to manage connection. And after you do that, then it just pops up and you can type in your actual domain name for shop.com, and that's all it is, and it automatically redirects everything within minutes. And let's see, these are some of my favorite stores, and I know for people that travel, which I think pretty much everyone in this room does. This is a new store that Tom, I gotta say, he did an amazing job. It's 8% IBV on all your flights. And it was cheaper than going to United, Delta, or anywhere else, or Travelocity. But we do use Travelocity a lot. It's 4%. Love that store. We travel a lot. I also travel for work a lot, and I like my points through my Holiday Inn, so I can still earn points. So I shop directly through them. Rental cars. We all use them, and I get credit for that on my own site, so I get paid 4 times now, because I'm getting them on my regular Hertz Gold card too. So the codes are amazing. So if you go in and book in a flight or book in your car, you can go in and copy and paste this code, which any two. So the 30%, and you just, when you go to checkout, it automatically pastes that code in there and you get your deal every day. Enterprise is a little bit less, but if you're stuck on Enterprise, it's still good to use. It's still great and everything for everybody. Advanced Auto and AutoZone used to be a big difference. Now they're 4% and 4%, which is just whatever one's handy for you. We're always repairing something for you. So, Advanced Auto, the TRT 30 code isn't on here, but you can show that in the presentation because if somebody's changing oil, you're automatically getting 30% off of your order. And that is the store with the best deals, I will say that, for anything automotive. Staple or eBay, if you can't find it on shop.com and you just want something particular, eBay it, because you're still paying yourself. Don't go to Amazon, go to eBay. Staples and Office Depot. I know we purchased a bunch of binders in this room, and unfortunately, we all should have went to Staples. We would have got more money and more cash back. So, 5% IBV for Staples or Office Depot. The other store to go to for shopping or for office supplies is the shop local. Basically there you can just type it in your search and it's going to pop up and it's going to show you the other values like Micki was saying. It's going to give you the cash back and IBV on each one. Just a little bit different avenue. It is free shipping and it does come next day, I think that too. Along with Staples, if you order, it will be at your door the next day. Doing all of this is where we wanted to highlight. In your back office, I want to make sure that everybody understands that in the end, you want to get your $3,000 total. And I don't want to, you got to look for pushing past the $3,000 each quarter. Because as it rolls over, it gets easier. And it's done the next day after the interview. I know Kelly highlighted that she did it too. That's awesome. So, and then it's showing you what you've spent in the back office. It'll show your value for IBV for the quarter that you're on, plus what you've rolled over from the previous quarters. And then there's always the drop down, and that's going to show you what you've been paid on and what's showing up in your shopping.
Just remember, a minimal mindset is going to give you minimal results all the time.
This is where, at the end of the quarter, it also shows what your estimated awarded value for the following quarter will be. So you can always keep track of it. And as you spend more and the team spends more, guess what? This value goes up. So that just creates more for everybody. And for us, it's a game to try to get it more than what we had last time. And then it also shows you what other partners have hit it in your groups on both legs. And then the estimated BV value. And then in the end result, you want to make sure you have 5 yeses. This one, these 3, and that one down there at the end of the quarter.
And that's why that second one is that shopping advisor. So you have to do this in order to, I pointed that out in the beginning, you have to do the assessment and the advisor.
You have to redo this one every quarter. You have to go back in and you have to at least add 1 item every quarter.
I don't know, what are they going to do when we've got all the items? I don't know, honey, I got a lot. Right.
And of course, Brandy bringing all of us with her and Tom.
So we do have a sheet that, it has nothing special about it. What we'll do is we'll email it to Brandy and Stacy and have Avery maybe upload it to Leadership Academy. Yes, it's nothing fancy, y'all, but what it does, it kind of will help some of the newer people that are still, maybe they've been doing this 2 years, but they still don't know how to use shop.com that well, of just stores that we purchase at frequently for, and I've got it listed out. Well, this is great deals on baseball, needs for your kids, or, what hay needle offers, or whatever Wayfair offers. We see the commercials, but sometimes we don't always put two and two together. So we've made a sheet that has cash back amounts and IBV amounts, just on, everyday stuff, really. So if anyone ever has questions, we're always open. It's something that, as time takes place and things happen, I won't be out and about much. So, I'm only a phone call away to answer questions.
We have internet, and we
And we
have,
can, yes, we can
we
do
do web
webinars
meetings,
and FaceTime and whatever. So we're always available to offer, help in that area. So don't ever hesitate.
business and being absolutely, completely scared to death. Matter of fact, it will be worldwide as we travel. I'm going to use us. And Michael, I'm going to use this one day. When I really just want to laugh, I literally just open up that picture. It's in my favorites, and I just crack up. One night we were all out, and we were having to jump on a conference call. And Nicholas and so Michael walks outside, and so Tom and I were supposed to be holding the conference call, and Nick stepped in for us. Well, Michael walks up, and just out of the blue, Nick looks at Michael and says, and it's like a national conference call. So Nick looks at Michael and says, "Oh, and we're just going to bring Michael Alberts on to the phone call tonight." And Michael had the most scaredest caddis face. Like, he was literally looking at the phone, he was like, no, you have to see the picture. And I told Michael, it was the funniest thing. Literally, when I looked at that picture, I almost beat my pants. It was so funny. But I literally send that to him all the time. I'm like, I just need you to remember this, because remember how scared you were to get up in front of people? So y'all give them a round of applause. They did that great job. When you're able to overcome your fear and do it anyway, like John Wayne says, right? Feel fear and saddle up and do it anyway. You're gonna have fear. You're gonna have these things take over your mindset and your life, that you're just like, oh my gosh, what if, right? So, it's amazing as we're doing this Leadership Academy, just really being able to just get with the people in the community and, the people that we already know and love. And I just think it's amazing that everybody's doing this anyway, right? It's just having the opportunity, having the boldness, having the confidence to step out and say why they should do it with you, right? So when we're talking about booking and we're talking about coaching and we're talking about following up and this and that, that's a scary thing. I'll take this so I can be on time. So it's a scary thing, but what's great about it is that it's something we can all conquer. It's something we can all master. I remember starting off in business, and man, I was scared to death. Like literally scared to death. Self-esteem of a peanut on a high heel shoe. And I remember my leader looked at me and she believed in me so much, and she would say, "You can do it, Brandy." I'm like, "No, I can't. I need you to do it for me." But what's crazy is that we handicap our people when we do that for them. When they get started and you're going to do everything for them, it handicaps them. But it wasn't until she pushed me out of an eagle's nest. Really, y'all heard the story, right? When she decided not to show up to the event? Right? She's like, "Okay, I'm not coming, but you got this." I'm like, "What are you doing to me? I hate you." But then, I was made to fly. You're made to fly. I remember, man, I sold over $1,000. I got my kiss. But that's what this is about. You're stepping into leadership. You're stepping into becoming a better you, right? 2017. How many of you guys are new at this? Right? You're not even in this business, and you're not either. But that? How do we overcome the fear? How do we do that? Well, it's just like Nike says, just do it. But we have to have the systems. We have to shift our focus and our mindset into the believing, the why not me? I didn't believe anybody would want to partner with me. I didn't. I was like, remember, I didn't believe in me. So why would anybody else? You know, but it wasn't until my leader believed in me enough. Listen, if you have a team, you need to believe in your people. Even the people that you think are the least most likely to succeed. And you're like, no way, right? I mean, I look at Amy all the time, and I think when we first got started, like she's my cousin, and she stalked me out, and literally she's like, you can do this, I can do it too, and I don't know what you're doing, and she's the most transformed player, the most successful on this team and overcoming, put deposits in her. They literally said, you know how amazing she is? That we actually went out and we bought her, they stuffed books in a box, they bought all kinds of CDs, put them in a box, and they shipped it to her. They said, hands down, the #1 person that we have met at marketamericanshop.com thus far, the most determined to succeed, is Amy Loggins. She didn't know I was going to do this. But the truth is that that's not where she started. She did not. I mean, I remember Tom looking at me, and at this point, because I married Tom, he didn't know who his name was. She literally was leaving notes at the door in the country, like you had to stalk us to know where we lived. Kelly's laughing because she knows it's true. Right? So she would find us, and then she would leave us notes, and she'd come back and she'd say, where are you? Where are you? And where are you? And I was like, oh my gosh, so then one day, all of a sudden I hear, Brandy, Kathie, she's coming through the house. And Tom's running behind her because he's like, who is this? And she's like, okay. She's like, listen, I'm just so glad I finally found you. Where have you been? Listen, whatever you're doing, I'm doing it too. Here's my credit card. I'm like, what? You don't even know what I do. She's like, I don't care. As long as it doesn't cost $500 because that's what I have in my bank account. She goes, we're good. I'm like, no, you need to see the plan. She goes, no, I don't. You can show me. I'm like, no, I don't even get the plan. We watched a video. Yeah, I said, well, let's watch the video anyway. I'm supposed to do this the right way. You're not supposed to just want to give me, this doesn't happen. Right, Kelly did it too, but this was crazy. So Amy, you had never done the business before. We did try business.
That didn't work very well.
Yeah, I know. But tell them a little bit about your journey. Tell them what it has looked like for you to book, coach, and follow up. What does that look like for your life, and where you started to where you're at right now? What would you say to everybody tonight and all over the world?
Well, at the beginning, I would say it was very, very painful. My line of work has always been in social services and the criminal justice world, so we all know how positive a work environment that is, right? Especially my guest I have with me. So all I knew was negative. So when Brandy showed me this plan, I thought, fantastic, I only need 2 people. I'm going to talk 2 people into doing this. I can do that. I talk people into doing things all day long. So I signed them up, and then I said, okay, I'm ready to be a millionaire.
You got to stop this. But the first couple people, like truly, I honestly said, Amy, how did you get them to sign up? She goes, well, I just told them they owed me a favor, and they were going to give me their blankety blank credit card, and they did it. I was like, they were scared of you. They're never going to show up. Like, what are you talking about? Remember that?
I did, and she said, so I signed my 2 people up, and I thought, okay, where's the money? And I'm waiting, and I'm waiting, and I'm waiting, and I'm waiting, and Brady's going, you have to read. And I was like, I am not. I've read the Harry Potter series, and that's the only thing I've ever read. Other than and changed my life. I believe in myself. I know without a shadow of a doubt I can do this. You do have to be willing to change though, because people are only going to follow you would you follow you? That's what you need to ask yourself. And at the time, I wouldn't have followed me anywhere, really, unless I had to threaten myself, which is what I did. So for me, Brandy's always told me that it was all about working out, and you get sore muscles. Boy, it wasn't sore. It was laying on the floor, kicking and screaming, not wanting to do some things. But for me, at the end of the day, it changed my life, and I really appreciate it, Jacki.
You were driving from Austin to here every single week to build your business.
About 3 times a week.
Pretty much living on my couch. You were determined to be successful.
Yes.
So tell me, so now, you had to purchase convention tickets. I remember this.
Yes.
And you were like, oh my gosh, I don't believe in this ticket thing, and they're just trying to take my money, and we had to talk you out of that, talk you down from that ledge, And I'm like, no, they're not trying to take your money, that's just the way the system works. And I didn't understand it either, honestly, when I got started. I was like, what's this ticket thing, And so I remember you said, well, how many tickets do I need? Blankety blank tickets. How many? Just tell me. Ask Tom, And so Tom tells you how many tickets you need.
Yep. And I almost fell over with the heart attack.
So what did he tell you? Do you remember?
No, I don't remember.
Okay, so that first time,
I don't remember.
that first time it was 3 tickets.
Yes.
Well, when you're living paycheck to paycheck, and I don't remember they were $35 a ticket, that's a lot.
That's a lot.
That's a lot. They're only $35 a ticket, and maybe that's not big for you, but for her, it was a big deal.
Yes.
And so she was like, and he goes, but if you want to be super successful, you'll buy 10. And so she was like, she walked up, but she came back with 10 tickets.
I didn't have that money.
I knew she didn't have money. I said, how did you buy this? She's like, tell them not to cash the check. But no, for real though, it has made a difference. Tell them. So you went to your first convention by yourself. Tell them.
I did. I went to my first convention by myself in Miami. I slept on Brandy's footstool. It was about this big because the whole floor was taken up with people. Tom was in the closet sleeping.
We were doing what we had to do to get everybody there.
Yes, the second convention I had, there was 4 of us. And I remember last Miami thinking, well, this is not going to happen again. I need more than this. Is crazy. I'm going to take 20 years about building this business if I show up with 4 people again. But I started somewhere is what I kept telling myself. So this time, I'm right now sitting between 27 and 30 people coming.
a millionaire by the time she's 30. I said, it's your affirmation. You will be a millionaire. little Kayla, what has this done for your life?
A lot. I'm 22, I started when I was 19. And I remember I was going to school to be an elementary teacher. And my mom came home one day and she said, Kayla, I started my own business. And I was like, okay. So she got out her paper and her pen and she's trying to explain the legs and the BB. And I was like, what in the world are you talking about? And she's like, well, I do know one thing. I'm going to be successful, and if you want to be on the journey with me, then why not? And I said, okay, here's my card. I had no idea. I started my kit with TLS weight loss.
Because you know what, women are going to buy makeup, it's recession proof, and why not, right? And so nobody knows about it. And we're runaway quality product on custom blend, motives, you know, and so I was like, Quimby, oh my gosh, I'm like the chick checker, I'm like, you must be confused. Like, I'm so proud of her, you know, and I mean, she's gone all over the world now. She's really, our company's taking a look at Nick and Quimby, and they're like, hey, we were just with, by the way, we were just with JR and Lauren, and the corporate team was like, okay, does anybody have any recommendations? And guess who came up? Maybe women, right? And so you're making headway, right? And it's a decision. She's decided 30 days to 30 days. Tell them, so you've booked it. How did you book it? How are you coaching it? And how are you following up with it?
That's great. So, you know, we just moved recently. We've been in our new home for about 8 weeks. And so I had just created a makeup bar in our other house before it flooded. So I was so sad because I was just getting it going, and then that happened. So when we decided to move to this house, the first room, I was like, this is my room. So I worked really hard on getting the space done, and I thought, you know what, live feed is so huge right now. And so I thought, you know, I'm just going to do live footage and show people my space. You know, one thing I want to say before I go on to that, it's all about building relationships and finding a common goal to connect with people. And we as women, we appreciate beauty, we appreciate, you know, cute things and stuff, and so I went into the detail. You know, as many of you know, my background is an interior designer, so I got to bring in that element into the space and just make it really unique and very personable. So when women walk in there, they feel VIP, they feel special, and there's words of affirmation all throughout the space. And so did the video, and it's been absolutely amazing because, gosh, I think this week I have 7 just from this morning doing phone calls booked, and another 10 that have messaged me that I haven't gone to the books yet. I've done 10 in the past week, so it's been really great.
What are you saying to them? Like, okay, so they saw your video, now you're like, hey, I'm in a challenge, I need 30 faces, I need to borrow your face if you're out there, if you want to try motives, if you want to, you know, experience the product, it's free, just call me. And so tell them how you're actually doing that process of booking the appointment and following up with it. Tell them what that looks like.
You know, so one of the key things that I usually share, you know, when someone messages me like, hey, I want to come check out your space, and or hey, I want a free makeover, is, you know, we're launching It's Your Time to Shine, and we're super excited about that. And so I let everyone know, hey, you know, we're working with a company on this incredible campaign, It's Your Time to Shine, and I'm looking for models that I can submit to this campaign. And of course, they're all like, oh, hey, absolutely, I'm gonna come check it out. And so that would be the first step, and then I just, you know, either call them or even on Facebook. You know, we have so many methods of communication now with social media and all of that. So I'm having to be very detailed in keeping up with each person, and I love the follow-up sheet that was released here a couple weeks ago that really helps you keep on track, because that's the key. You know, we all know the fortunes in the follow-up. And I don't know how many of you were here at the Basic 5 when I was sharing that was a weakness of mine, is following up, until David told me the night before Basic 5, hey, what is your weakness? And I told him following up. And he's great, we're training on that tomorrow. And so that really stretched me, and I think, you know, it's so important to, whatever it is, each little step along the way, to get the deal closed, to be in front of people. And it's been so incredible, because I can tell you, just out of that video, just stepping out, I've already have about 3 partners coming on board this week. And in fact, one of them was from another state. She messaged me, she's like, hey Quimby, my name is so-and-so. I saw your video, I came across you through someone's page, and I'm very interested in motives. I've already looked it up. I go to her page, she already posted on her page, hey, moving to Texas, partnering with this amazing company, Motives, and so we've been in communication back and forth. You're all gonna meet her, she's so excited. She's moving here in a couple weeks, and so you never know who you're gonna reach. And I think that's so important, is just really getting out there, building the relationships. You know, one of the things I love to talk about is belief. When you believe in something, your belief is going to drive your behavior. Would y'all agree? Whether maybe the behavior is getting on the phone and calling somebody and asking them, hey, let's get together, or following up with them, or whatever the act is that you need to do, the behavior, whatever it is, your belief is going to drive that. And so I so admire Amy, because I've watched, you know, it's been so so incredible to watch your success, and the belief that you've had along the way has gotten you to where you are today. And you're only going to, this is just the beginning, and so it's so important having the belief and just, following up with whatever it is, maybe it's not motives, maybe it's wellness or building the business, because you never know who you're going to reach and who you're going to come across. So it's been super exciting.
So let's just say, okay, I'm your friend. I just said, hey, yeah, I want to do that. I really want to. I saw your Facebook post. I want to be your model. So you're calling me, Quimby, and you're gonna show everybody. Let's show everybody what that would look like. Okay. So let's do that. Y'all, we're gonna plan this. Anyway, go ahead. You're calling. I'm calling up with me.
That's encouragement. Hey, Brandy.
Hey, girl. I'm so excited I saw your video.
I'm so excited. How have you been?
I have been awesome. I'm better now because I'm so excited about getting a makeover. I've really just been kind of down in the dumps, and I just really think that made me feel better. Right?
I can't wait to see you. Totally, I'm so excited. I haven't seen you forever. I've been keeping up with you on social media, and I'm so excited. When's a good time for you to get together with me?
Well, I don't know. I guess I need to check my date book. But point right here, right? When's a good time to get together with me? Here's a great point where we can lead people, right, and a place to go. So she can say, hey, when you want to get with me? And then all of a sudden I'm like, I don't know, I'm gonna have to check well, that's wasted time, right? And not that she did wrong, I'm just saying. Another way, a good way to do that is Quimby giving me two options. So do that. Ready, go. Take two.
Hey, I've got some time this week, Tuesday or Thursday. What day works better?
Thursday is perfect for me.
Thursday, okay, great. I have 12 and 2 o'clock. 2. Perfect. I'm so excited.
Okay, I'll see. Where are we going? Am I just coming to your house? Can you send me your address?
Yes, I'll send you my address.
Boom. Listen, you guys, this booking thing is really important. Listen, when you call the doctor's office, what do they say? They say, hey, we have this date, this time, and this time available. Are you the professional? That's what you have to remember. You're the professional booking the appointment. You have to put yourself and posture yourself, because then guess what? You're not going to feel like, oh my gosh, or that you're not going to have your date book in front of you. That's why we say, make sure that when you schedule time to follow up with people, that you posture yourself to do that. You're like, okay, I'm going to spend this time following up with this much time, and I'm going to bam out as many phone calls. Hey, I'm so excited, Kelly, listen, I want to get in front of you. I have Tuesday, Thursday next week. When can you get together? You assume it. Don't lead them into a corner where it's going to be hard to back out of that, right? So, Quimby, you're doing this all the time, man. You're booking all these appointments. How many no's are you realistically getting?
Gosh, through this, none. I haven't had any no's, so it's been amazing.
Okay, and
a lot of people that I've had on my names list for 3.5 years, guys, that I've never even reached out to, are calling me. And it's really great because it's going to be a foot in the door because I've had them on my list. And you have so many people, perfect timing or whatever may be the circumstance. So I'm really excited to be able to reconnect with people that I haven't seen in years.
Well, and I'll tell you, Quimby has really become confident. If you've watched Quimby evolve, she's become really, really confident and posture herself. When we posture ourselves like that, people are going to you are going to draw like-minded people. You will. If you're negative, if you're scared, I'm not saying we don't start off that way, because good Lord knows I did. I was scared to death. But at the end of the day, I followed confident people. You get what I'm saying? That I was like, okay, they know the way, they know the way, they know the way. And then all of a sudden, I started knowing the way. And then I started becoming the way. And so, Quimby, I just say that you've just become so confident. I just really love watching you. Just step into a new destiny. And this year, you and Nicholas just taken 2017 to the next level. And I just really am proud of you for booking, coaching, and having the systems of following up. The system is do it. Bottom line, there isn't any magical word or magical way. It's like, hey, if I've built a relationship with you, I'm just simply picking up the phone and saying, hey, let's get together. I have to share this with you. I'd be crazy not to, and you would kill me if I didn't. And at least you're going to know what you're saying no to. Do you know anyone shopping online? Ask the right questions. It's the art of asking questions, and I think, Quimby, that's what we've really gotten good at, is we've come together. We're like, okay, let's help each other grow. Just like everybody else in this room, we've come together and we said, okay, where is your weakness? Now, okay, great, that's what you're going to do. Now, where is your strength? Great. If you're going to help somebody who's weak in that area. That's what's beautiful about what we do, is that we get to plug in and connect and help use each other's gifts.
And I gotta say something on that too. Talking about that, there's power in partnerships. So when two people partner together, partner with your mentor, partner with your senior partner, and say, hey, teach me how to do this. Coach me along the way. I'm so proud of my son. He just was it last week. He was at his place going to pay his car note, and he starts talking to the lady there. He's built a relationship with her. He's real friendly, very outgoing. If you haven't met him, doesn't meet a stranger, and started asking her questions. And she started sharing with him about her husband who was in the hospital and her sister who had fibromyalgia. And so he's like, hey, my mom had fibromyalgia. She take this product, isotonic. So he starts sharing with her all about the isotonics. And he said, I would love to have my mom call you and share her testimony with you. So he scheduled the appointment at 10 o'clock the next morning. He called me that night. He actually came by the house that night. He's like, okay, look, I'm going to be at work. I need you to, he went and got my schedule, and he wrote, I still have it, call my prospect. And he put her name and number, and it was at 10 o'clock. And he even texted me, did you call her? I'm like, yes, I called her.
Good follow-up.
Yes.
Good follow-up.
And I was able to share my testimony with her, and it brought so much hope. She was like, oh my goodness, I got to share this with my sister. And so we brought her some samples, and so now Tristan's going to go in there after the third day and follow up and check and see. But it's, in that process, if you're new, because there was a time I was terrified. I couldn't talk to anybody. But if you're new, don't be afraid of that. Partner with somebody and say, hey, show me how to do this. What kind of wording should I say, or what should I do? And, you're going to be successful, because you just step out and do it. You're going to propel yourself into whatever it is that you're called to do. So it's going to be awesome.
Thanks, Tom. Man, this is good stuff. Listen, honestly, the posture with booking is, again, finding the people, making the names list, and then looking at the 10,000 pound phone. Right? This thing that's like, don't do it. What am I gonna say? All the voices start flying off in the head that you're gonna be rejected. They're gonna say no. They're gonna think you're crazy. What are you doing? There's no way they're gonna say yes. Well, they're never gonna say yes if you don't ask. They will never say yes. Never. And I love this. I always say to people when I'm building, I just say, listen, who do you know shopping online? Everybody? Great. Who do you know that's shopping online that would really enjoy some cash back? Because I'm building an expansion with my online business. And I really I'm targeting 3 special people this week. Every week I'm targeting 3 to 5 people. Are you? 3 to 5 people. And the greatest part about this business is we do not have to recruit. There is no end of the month that you have to turn in so many names. None of that. But listen, if you don't do it, you're going to sit back and go, why didn't I do it? You're going to live in what if land. And then somebody's going to show up, walk in those back doors that you know with Kelly Blasko. And even though we're on the same team, there is something that's going to go off on the inside of you that goes, dang it. Because the other side of that voice is, you can do it. Why not me? You're doing this anyway, Michelle. And I'm telling you guys, we are in the best time, in the best business, and the time is now. Your time is now to shine, like Quimby said. Our company is just getting started, and we've been around for 25 years, and nobody knows about us. Hello, and we're global. So when you take your names list and you book an appointment, and you simply say, hey, you're gonna think I'm crazy, but I'm not. If you're scared of that person. Or you might be scared of them and say, listen, you were on my chicken list to even call you. Is that true? Is that what was going like? Okay, wait, come on up, come here. No, Michelle, come on, you sorry. I know, it's okay, you're just 2 minutes. She's like, oh my God, who is this lady? And I'm gonna kill her. Okay, Michelle. And I am Brandy.
actually met online. She works in my realtor's office, and I'm not even sure what it was, but I have a tendency when somebody likes something on my Facebook, I will send a friend request. Never know.
Might be the
So I don't
name,
know if
just
she
like my
said
name.
it or I said it. One of us sent a friend request, and the last couple weeks ago when we started, I posted a picture of you and Stacy, and she liked it.
Oh, thank you.
I said, so I just said, why not? I don't know her anyway. So I reached out to her and sent her a message, and asked her, you know, we have this going on, would you like to come? She said, oh sure. And she was supposed to come last week, but
Okay, so you canceled. Okay, this is good. This is good. She canceled. Did you get in the bed and die and freak out?
like I said, I didn't give up anything.
Can I speak in there so that the
I'm
world can
sorry.
So,
But she reached out to me, said, you know, I can bring somebody with me, I really want to go. Then I sent her the video, a little 4-minute. I said, well,
You're gonna think I'm crazy.
I did say, you're gonna think I'm crazy because I just invited her just to come. I figured, you know, realtor, she can at least, you know, talk to people. Somebody might need a house sold. You know, she can network. I've been to a lot of realtor things where they do a lot of leadership academy. It's the same kind of stuff. They do dream boards, they do goals, they do, you know, personality tests.
so you didn't get to make it last week, but
Yeah.
so now you had an opportunity. You had to follow up, right? Because you didn't
Actually-
make it. She followed up with you.
Well, my daughter had a
Okay.
and so she didn't call on Friday, and then yesterday. And
Yeah.
Oh,
so,
because I
we
said I'm
said,
gonna do
"Yeah."
something, and I wanted to follow through with it.
And so we really did, just me. I never pulled in a driveway, so she really did pick her up on the side of the road.
On the side of the road, yeah.
Wow. So tell us so far tonight, like, what is your feeling here? What are you seeing? What are you thinking? What's going on?
This BB whatever is like, what is this?
Maybe it's like, yeah, I don't get that.
Yeah.
It's okay.
But no, I mean, it all has to do with networking, and it has to do with, you know, building relationships. I know all of that, and that's what I do. I've done for years and years through real estate.
Yeah.
And it's just a matter of, she's giving me the specifics.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Make sure she does.
Yeah, but no, it's a matter of, you know, there's so much negativity in the world and so much negativity going on that if you can be a part of anything that's halfway positive,
I just wanted to use that, you guys, because I mean, I caught whiff of that when I came in, and I'm like, okay, this is all examples of booking and following up. I mean, she booked the appointment, she got canceled on, well, truly, Michelle's daughter was in a horrible accident. I know we all saw that, we were praying for her. But here's the thing, you guys, again, if you don't ask, you don't get it. And so, and honestly, there are people all over the world so hungry, like she just said, to have true relationships that literally in this business will pay you. That's the beauty of it. Like Kathie said, I mean, they were the pioneers here 3.5 years ago, and everybody's on their team. When you look at it, and it's powerful. It's so powerful. So Tanya, come on up here. I told you you have a fun booking and following up story from this all the way from Florida. Tanya, Hoevelman. Okay, so Tanya, we were on the way here. We got in the car, and you were starting to tell me about this amazing story while you were in the airport.
Yes. So I'm flying back I'll leave in the morning about 4:45 or something like that. I don't know. Anyway, I get to the airport and I'm there and I'm just kind of minding my own business. I took out my minder and I was getting my day lined up because I'm going to get home in time to get on the phone and book some appointments. And these two men were sitting across from me and they started asking me about the airlines that I flew. Do you fly often? Yeah, as a matter of fact, I'm flying every week. And I said, I told them I was traveling back, I was going through some leadership academy, and they're like, what do you do? And I said, well, I own a private brokerage firm. They said, you do what? What do you mean? What is that? And I said, well, if you're interested, they said, do you have any cards? And I told Brandy, I said, I lied to them because I didn't have my cards yet. But I said, no, I went to this leadership academy and I gave all my cards out. So I'm confessing that I lied.
Well, we're in church, so that's a great place to do it.
But I have them now. but if you'll give me your information, I'll follow up with you. And they did. They both sent me their cell phone numbers right there. What's your phone number? So I'm giving these two grown men my phone number, and they're texting me.
I like the grown men part.
I'm just very scary. I've never, anyway. Shannon, like, hey, you take the men, I'll take the women. That's how we do it. And so anyway, I got these men, and both of their name is David. That's what's crazy.
That's awesome.
And I got their phone numbers, and so I got home, and I sent them a video. Well, actually, I sent them a text that said, would it be okay if I sent you a video? And both of them text back immediately, said, yes, please do. And so I did, and then I followed up with them on my way here and said, I was just checking in to see if you watched the video. They said, yes. And so we're going to actually do a 3-way call.
So we're doing a 3-way call. Listen, the best thing about this business is when you can say less and somebody else can say something for you, right? Especially when you're new, you're like, I have no idea what I'm saying, And so that's where we always encourage you guys to build, to schedule appointments, to follow up. It doesn't have to be all on your own doing. You just simply look at somebody and say, oh my gosh, Michelle, if she's talking to you and you're in the real estate business, right away what we teach here is that Kelly is in the real estate business. So Michelle calls Kelly and says, Kelly, hey, listen, I found a friend and, I don't know that industry, but can you do a 3-way phone call? Yeah, sure, great, yeah. So they connected. You guys can talk each other lingo, makeup artists all the time. Listen, we have people who, like Steph's husband, who is the big in the dog, what's that called? Training, right? And our OPC3 pet product is amazing. And so just last week, I had an opportunity to connect somebody with him. And so, you know what? Because I don't know all about the pet stuff and training dogs, but yet I'm going to meet people along the way. You're going to meet people along the way that you're like, hey, that's not my industry, but I know somebody. Let me give them a call, and maybe I can get them on the phone with you. So that's what you're doing. And so you're going to do a 3-way phone call.
They're contractors. They're brother-in-laws, and they're contractors. So I called Kelly Whited, who is a contractor.
Boom, right there.
Right. And so that's where we've set that up. So is that a 4-way call? Since I got 2?
It's kind of a 4-way call.
Yeah.
We can do 4, 5, 6-way calls, whatever you want to do,
Yeah.
So I'm really proud of you, Tanya, and I'm really excited. And then make sure she's when you go in and you tell your testimonies, you're getting tickets for that, but go in there, she's like leading those, like little, what is that called? Whatever, interviews, thank you. And she's fun, and she's out there doing that, and you'll just get back there and see her and get on the video. So thanks, Tanya. All right, so we just have a couple more minutes, but I just really want to close with a couple more things. Not a couple more minutes, we have a few more minutes, but isn't it nice when you can give this business away and it be your daughter or your son, and it's willable, and you're allowing them to come up alongside of you, and you're training them up, and you're like Quimby's talked about Tristan, and I'm really excited because, Tom and I have 7 kids together, 5 girls and 2 boys. Let's say a prayer. But what's crazy about it is we want them to be super successful. No, and if they decide they want to do market maker, or if they don't. I love it that Colton Whited, we had the honor to be on the Andrew Wiseman show. I don't know if you saw that. You can go on Meet On. We didn't have any idea we were doing that, so I was like, oh my gosh. And so, but it was fun, and David and Stacy and Colton, their son, were also on the Andrew Wiseman show with us. And it was really fun because you should go and listen to this testimony, because it is amazing and powerful, because Colton, had saw what his parents were doing, and then, being a young man, and he's just now 21 right now, but at the end of the day, he just newly married, and he was like, oh my gosh, I'm responsible for this woman, and I'm trying to do all these little odds and end jobs, what did my parents do, because he grew up in marketamericanshop.com, and so, that's all he knew. He knew that his parents were able to get money out of the way to go start orphanages in Mexico, to truly bless lives all around them, and they didn't go to a JOB. They stayed home to do it. And what's nice is it was true residual income that he, as a grown man now, married, wanted to really take ownership of. And so we're excited because our daughter MacKenzie is one of our newest business partners. Babe, you come too. Come too. She's here to death. Y'all give her another round of applause. raised me up in this business. And, so it was fun. We took the kids bowling the other day, and we got out. She's like, oh my God, I'm so excited. I'm like, what happened? What happened? She's like, I just got off the phone with my friend Fernando. So I told her, I said, you've got to tell him this story. Here she is. She's not even the bit, like, we're going to do this whole thing. Like, I'm so excited. Y'all be watching. Because I have decided, I was like, Kenzie, here's what we're going to do. We're going to do social media. We're going to open up your starter kit. And for the next year, you're going to be a director in a year. I said, we're going to take you from step to step, and I'm going to train you, and we're going to, Dad and I are going to walk you through the steps of, a successful young business entrepreneur right in our home, and we're going to do it through social media for the world to see it. And she's like, okay, well, when are we doing our first video? I'm like, I have no makeup on, we'll do that tomorrow. Anyway, Kathie, tell them what you're excited about. Tell them about Fernando. Tell them what happened when you decided to book your first appointment. What did you do?
Okay, so basically, my friend Fernando lives in Spain. So when I get to talk to him, it's very precious and just amazing because of the time difference, and he's in college, and I'm busy, and so. So we were on the phone, and he was like talking to me about college, and he was like, Ken's, like, I'm majoring in business. And I was like, what? I was like, dude, you're kidding me, right?
She learned that.
I was like, whatever. I was like, dude, like, you need to talk to my dad. Like, I really don't know how to explain what we got going, but so he was like, yeah, like, tell your dad I'm in, like, a 3-year program at this college. Tell your dad that I know English. I was like, okay, I'll tell him. And he was like, I would love to talk to your dad. And I was like, yeah, like, perfect. We'll have to set up the time. So we're basically just, and that was about a week ago.
I need to make sure that it's all business, you know what I'm saying?
He needs to make sure it's all business, he said. He's in Spain, we got some distance.
That's definitely all business. But yeah, so I'm, gonna follow up. And
So we talked about this today. We're like, okay, so the next move, kids, is that when you're booking something that you don't want the lead to go out long enough where it's like they forgot who you were. You know what I mean? Like, you want to do it right away. Like, when you're meeting people out and about, you want to do it right away. Take time to stop and connect if you met someone and you're like, hey, you know what? I'm so excited to meet you, Jessica. Great to see you today. I can't wait to follow up with you and get home to get to my calendar to put you on it. Let people feel valuable. And I told Kenzie, I said, that's what we're going to do with Fernando. And I was just teaching her that that's part of what we have to do with booking and following up. We don't want to let a lot of time go by because then our confidence is going to, right? Because then now we look like a flake. If you tell somebody you're going to do something, do it. If you get somebody's information, call them back. You did the hard part. You got the information, right? So I told Kenzie, I was like, okay, so that's what we're going to do. So, walking through this, you guys, like Quimby just said, get together with somebody who's going to help you with that and understand that once somebody takes you, once you feel like, man, I've gotten this, don't be scared. Go find somebody else who's good at something. I think that's what's the greatest part about our business is that I can look at Sarah and I'm like, oh my gosh, girl, I know you can do the smoky eye, and I know you can do a crazy eyebrow. I need to meet with you. I need to know your skills. And so Kenzie, being a millennial, right, she's going to want to have as much access to wisdom.
What is a millennial?
That is the teenage or the young adult, college, 13, isn't it? Oh, I'm totally, you're not a millennial. What are you? I don't know. Why did you ask me that, Tom? You shouldn't ask me that, but I know my pits are sweating. So anyway, I just wanted to say, I'm just really proud of MacKenzie. I know Tom and I are excited about watching our kids grow and watching you really just take this to the next level. I'm so proud of MacKenzie. She's amazing. And when you know this woman, young lady, young woman, she is truly a blessing. All right, last but not least on booking, right here. All right, so Tom, here's your mic. All right, so remember we talked about the lady that everybody's like standing up for, that hung up on Tom. I just felt like it's really important that we honor Tara and we honor Jacki because, they are amazing. Like in celebrity world or whatever, when people, you got the paparazzis and all, that's who they are in North America. And what's crazy is that around and loves on people and is honestly she got in this business and was a director in 11 months. Because she had so much experience in other backgrounds that she nailed this thing. She came in and she just did what she did before, but with the right plan. With the right opportunity at the right time. And so Tom, I know that Tom and Jacki, like, they go shopping together, and Tom and Jacki are like two little peas in a pod. And I love it because I get to hear old stories, and one time I'm like going through the pictures, and they have these rhino hats on, Tom and Jacki. And they've got these rhino hats on, and they're going down the street, and I'm like, what are y'all doing? He's like, I don't know, Jacki just got me on this, like, what was it?
Whatever.
It's like funny because whatever Jacki wants, Tom serves it up, you know.
I gotta tell you something about Jacki. Number one, she does have the biggest heart ever.
She does.
But I can tell you something. She was the phone call from hell. Forgive me, Lord. But this is really true. And for those of you that are sitting in the same situation, I think it's very key. It's key to understand, because you hear the stories, you see the excitement, but really, what's the nuts and bolts behind that, right? Well, tonight you're going to actually get to see what happens. So, my buddy that I worked with at work, he said, hey, my good friend is waiting for you to call her. This is the business she's been waiting for. So I said, okay, great, give me your number, I'll call her. Got the digits, called her. And it was the worst phone call because I thought, oh my God, she ran over a dog or something. No, I was like, oh my gosh, man. Fred, that didn't go really well. He's like, oh yeah, she's waiting for you to call her back. I said, okay, well, clearly something went wrong, right? So called her back. Hey Jacki, this is Tom, Holden, Fred Benny. As soon as I said Fred Benny, man, the kid got ran over that one, No, I'm not interested. I said, oh my gosh, man, this is crazy. But see, like Brandy said, I was too dumb to doubt. I really didn't know any different, so I just went back and told Fred. I said, well, apparently the kid got run over this one. He's like, Todd, did you send the products to her? Did I send the products to her? I'm like, I don't have any products. I started with car products. What are you talking about? He's like, yeah, she's waiting on the box of products, Tom. You gotta send her the products. I'm like, all right, so I packed up my kit, right? Oh, okay. I packed up my kit. I put a bunch of extra paper and whatever I had, made it messy, and sent her the box of products. Right? Videos. I had a video that would torture me. Sent her the video and called her, and I was like, hey, did you get the products? Fred told me to send you the products. She's like, yeah, I got the products, right? And then that phone call didn't go very good, but the fourth phone call is when she said yes to see this opportunity in California, because I'll have her share the rest of the story with that. But the goal is look, sometimes you got to go through the no's to get the yes. I didn't know any different. The only thing I knew was this guy kept telling me that she's waiting for me to call. So I called. Same thing for you. Sometimes people are going to tell you no. They're going to tell you no. Why? Well, number one is because they're fearful, right, of what yes is going to look like. Or two, they're going to tell you no because their ego is out of control. And, they don't know what they don't know, so it's easier to say no, right? That wasn't the case with Jacki. So Jacki's gone on to build an incredible business. Jerry Siciliano Award winner with the company, which is the most prestigious award with the company. She's an advisory council member, a mother, a grandmother, not a great-grandmother. She's a field vice president with the company, which makes $36,000 to $46,000 bucks, a lot of money, every 4 weeks. Her daughter, Tara, is a six-figure earner in the company herself. She's a supervising coordinator with the company. She was See, she was MacKenzie. This is so crazy. She was there the day that MacKenzie was born. Matter of fact, she was in the van riding with MacKenzie when MacKenzie was coming, right? You remember that day? Ooh. Hey, you can learn some real people skills real quick. And I was fixing to deliver babies. I'm like, hey, Terry, you got to do this, show the plan. No. So, here's the deal. They become family. People in your life become family, and 21 years later, we've shared a lot of life together and a lot of love. And, you know, it's awesome. Tara didn't go to college. She chose this university, the 2 to 3 year plan here that's paying her residual when she was 19, right? So knuckles on that. So we want to bring out Jacki. So I gotta tell you another story. You guys want to hear another great story? So here's a really good story. I gotta tell you a story about Jacki. Jacki flies in. She's like, hey Tom, we're gonna go see some of my people. And we take a road trip. Jacki and I take a road trip. We decide that we're gonna share a hotel room, right? We didn't decide that right away, right? But here's the deal. We were going to take a tour of Texas. And we went and visited her friends. Jacki comes out of home interiors. Okay, so home interior parties or whatever. Dallas, Texas, Mary Holden. So we're going to go see some of her old friends. Tom had his first home interior party by himself. She takes me to her friend's house. They hand me a catalog. I've never seen anything like it. I bought everything that had an apple on it. The lady said to me, she said, you want to host another party? I said, I host my own party, I have my own party all by myself. That was my first introduction to Jacki Blasko with home interior. We still have it. But what I learned is that she was an amazing people connector. And she cared about people and loved people. You know, in this business, this is a very unique business. Unlike any other business, most of the time your mentors come before you. Think about that for a second. Most of the time in life, your mentors come before you. In this business, your mentors can come after you. And she's become one of the greatest mentors in our life. Love her.
Well, I'm just so honored to be here, to be with each one of you, and to be with you, Brandy, as you do like no one else ever could. Teach us what really, real leadership is. Leadership by example. You are so fortunate here to have this academy that is for you, learning through her experiences, learning through everybody's experiences, that I really believe this is going to duplicate. I know it's going to duplicate because we're already duplicating this, thank you very much, back in Wisconsin, Minnesota, down in Florida. I'll be going there next week. So even on a conference call, this basic format can be duplicated. And no, I'm not Brandy. No one could replace or duplicate this incredible woman. When Tom introduced me to her a little over 3 years ago on Facebook, she asked me to be a friend. Brandy? Holden? No, I didn't know he had.
Wait, what?
I'm not married. Wait, what? Yeah, we didn't even know. And we're close, you know, he's like a son. And Brandy Holden asked me to be a friend, so I respond back saying, are you Tom's cousin? I never heard of you, he hasn't mentioned you. That must have been like February, March, and in July of that year, he brought her to our property. So we did. She had sponsored like 40 people or something, and he was like, he was retired, right? He wasn't on it. Do something with her, will you? I don't want to work. No, he was always ready to work when he was with the right people. And giving, and always giving to me. And when I needed encouragement, when I needed someone to be at my side, no matter what state I was in, Tom was always there. So I was always making him work. And so then we met this incredible woman, and of course, I thought I was mentoring her. I was showing her, yes, she was shadowing me, different things that we did. But what a student. And then, again, I would follow you anywhere. You're going to keep me so young. You really are going to keep me ageless. All right? We are ageless because we have purpose, because we have passion, and because we truly do want to lead. And only when you are the best follower will you become the best leader, I believe. And so, thank you. It's a full circle cycle we've come. Love you. But I always say to people, this business will be so easy if you truly, sincerely love people. And as you love them enough through his eyes, not your eyes, we're human. Again, you hear many times, it's a perfect business until people enter in, right? Well, you were saying today that your husband said, the church is a wonderful place to be. He loved being a pastor. It's just the people that kind of, right? It's so real though, but we have to, again, understand that people are what build the business. And as you love on people, as you believe in them, and you see the greatness inside of them, and maybe they just need a hug or they need your reassurance, your encouragement, make that call and let them know how important they are as a friend. You see, whether I make a friend, a customer, or a business partner, any one of the three is fine with me. You see, because I care sincerely about people.
You will never make enough. Exactly. And you believe in rich little ways from. Yes. When you work for the thing that you work, and when you work for who and what you believe in, you are rich until the way is rough. If you work only for money, you will never make enough. So think about that. And again, Tara, what would you like to add? I guess I'm just thankful to be here. And definitely your guys' energy, and not just Brandy, but this whole room, it's infectious. And I am excited to be here. I've started my business when I was 19 years old and followed my mom around and worked for me. Had a wonderful mentor with her, but got married, had kids, enjoyed the residual income like Tom was doing, and my husband and I are slowly getting our feet wet again and getting started with the business again, so it's definitely inspiring to be here. So.
Very definitely the systems that Market America gives us. Of course, the plan, and again, this is loving somebody enough to really, really share the plan with them. But we can have the perfect plan And if we don't have systems that are duplicatable and then building the belief in the other person through that system to know that they could do this too. You see, that's the key. And from the very beginning, that was what I had, the perfect system back in Minneapolis. And all I had to do was bring people to the meetings and be by their side, create the events, and talk to more people, show that plan. And it's a perfect plan. And again, just believing in people enough to do that. Right?
Thank you. All right, guys. I just have one more thing to add, and I'm going to do just a couple announcements and we're done. But, we want to talk about this week's homework, because, we're really, Okay, so we're going to talk about the homework. Well, before we do that, we have on January 27th, 28th, and 29th, if you want to come be MODIS certified on, any one of these divisions, you can come do that. Here at the Ashland Manor with Emily Olson and I, we're going to be training a MODIS event. So you want to make sure to get the details. It's on the Facebook page. We'll put it up on the Leadership Academy too. So you don't want to miss that. It is $50 per class that you will become certified, and there's benefits that come along with that as well. But our homework for the week, you guys, is this. You want to follow the Basic 5 with Jim Winkler, the Basic 5 follow-up. So you want to make sure to go there and watch that. Elizabeth Weber and Frank Kiefer do the only shortcut to succeed. So you want to definitely view that audio. And then the 90-day fast track with J.R. Ridinger. So those 3 audios you want to work on for the week. And get 5 no's this week on prospecting. We're talking about booking and following up. But you're going to have to get the no's to get there. Would you guys agree with that? Right? So we want you to get no's. We want you to get 5 no's. Document the results and process. How hard was it? How many did you have to go through to get those 5? And then send a product or a testimony video as a text message, email, or inbox to 5 people that you've shown the plan to or talked to about the product in the past. So following up with them, we're giving you an initiative to follow up. But I just want to leave with this little exercise, and also mark your calendars. One more last announcement. Wednesday, January the 25th, we are going to be doing a new unfranchised owner training. So a NUOT training that is required. Our company does have 3 trainings that are required. So this will be done here as well. It's $15. Once you do it, you don't ever have to do it again. But we are a real business, and they want us to be in the know on how to run our business. If you were to open up a McDonald's, you would have to go to Hamburger University before you could even open your McDonald's. And this is kind of like that because we are a legit business. So, did you guys have fun tonight? Yes. Okay, so Kathie, can you take those out? I'm going to share with you the emotions that we go through as we get the no's, right? And what it looks like to get yeses. So here's what I'm going to do. When I hold up King, Queen, Jack, or Ace, you're going to say yes. When I hold up anything under that, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, you're going to say no. Okay? You get it? So King, Queen, Jack, Ace, or Joker. I think there might be some Jokers. It's all what? Yes. Anything under that is? No. Okay. So here we go. No. 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 Brandy, sit back. Oh, y'all are sitting on them no's. Stand on the stage over here. No! Yes! No! excited about no's, but we're not excited about the no's, but we get excited. Something happens this week, it's the yeses. So go out, get 5 no's, but remember, the yeses are there. And in this business, you don't have to get a lot. It's get quality of people. Just get out there. Who cares? The worst thing can happen is somebody tell you no and nothing changes. But when they tell you yes, everything changes. We want you to go and have a great week. If you didn't do the testimonial booth, let's do a couple quick drawings before we leave here. Samantha, we're